Alright, I'm back, and today it's about Won-Hyo. 6th Kup pattern, green belt. It is the start of the senior system. Your tree has now sprouted from the foundation of the earth and grown into a tree. Now, being it's the start of the senior belt systems, things have gotten a little more technical over the previous patterns. So there should be some new things to learn here if you're following on from the earlier belts and not just looking back. Upon doing some research, I have seen some variants. A lot of clubs all throughout the world. Eventually you might get some variants, and I do believe the way I'm going to teach this will definitely have some variants. So if you are using this to learn for a different school, make sure you check with your own instructor. They may need to tweak a few things for you. As I go through this, I'm going to start off in the first section, do a explaining version of the pattern. That's going to take a few minutes to do. Then I'll do a full pace sort of version, see what it should look like, hopefully, and then finish up with explaining the individual movesets that are in the pattern. Now this one does come with a few combo type things, so they have to be explained in the combo version. All right, let's get started. As with a lot of these patterns, if not all, we pick a point. So for me, I have a fan right above me right here. This is where I should be finishing if done properly. All right, first up, closed stance, ready stance, A. Explain what that looks like after. From here, you're gonna X, turn to your left, L stance, out, C block. Going to reach out with that front hand, grab. You pull in to an inwards chop, reverse hand, and you get to do a little conditioning on your chest. Here, reach. Adjust yourself and punch. Double step, C block, reach, inwards chop, punch. Now I'm not going to hit, I've got a microphone on this side. All right, right foot in, left foot out checking, raise to ready stance, bending ready stance, hands up, side kick, land, L stance, open hand guard, L, L open hand guard, midsection low. As I step forward into a walking stance, vertical thrust. From here, you're going to disengage before turning. Turn, X, head up into a C, reach, grab, inwards chop, punch, double step, C, reach, inwards chop, punch. We're going to step out, so feet together, step out, take a T pose here. It's only a transitional piece, you wouldn't necessarily hold this. Turn the front hand into a inwards guard, back hand. As you go into a broken walking stance, you drop down, don't touch the floor. Your arms scoot through with a midsection low into in a forearm block, middle block. Front kick, reverse punch or cross. T pose, drop broken walking. This is going to transition to an inwards block. Midsection low block, circle into a inwards block. And as you do this, there's got to be a bit of timing. You're here, whoop, whoop. So upon the block's landing, so your feet, you go whoop, wha. Front snap kick, reverse punch, taking the back leg, go check, bending ready, side, retwist yourself. Going to land in a sitting stance, doing a twin forearm block. So, check, bending ready, side, hup, twin block. Over your left shoulder, close fist guard, double step, close fist guard to your right, right foot back, Kuma. All right, so now let's do this a little more sped up. Okay. So I won't be explaining this time. If you just need to touch up, maybe see what it's to look like, this is this section. Oh, look at that, sweaty already. So again, do your patterns right. Put some actual effort in. And you'll get out of breath and you'll get your sweats going. Alrighty, so let's talk about this new Jumbi. So normally you'd be like so, that double thumb distance apart, feet slightly wider than shoulders. You stand like so. Now we've gone to this, feet together, very close. And we've got one hand eating the other one. Now, if you're a Pac-Man type person, your right hand is making a fist with your thumb pointing towards you. Then you take your left hand and you eat the right hand, and that sits right about eye level in front of you, up like so. Okay? So here, like so. Keep your elbows tight, don't let them flare out like that, don't block your vision. Right there. We have a combo that happens 4 times. We got X block here. We take our X block, we step out to our left. Whoop. Now fire out into a side block and rising block at the same time. This has a variant of, you can shoot into it. I've learnt this as a 1st Kup technique to fire in. So that could be a variant right there, but I'll go from the X, do a rising block and a side block at the same time. From there you reach, grab your opponent, hair, beard, shirt, eyes, whatever, just grab them by the neck, grab them, you're gonna pull them in as you do an inwards chop. So you grab them by the face or somewhere in that vicinity. So here, you reach, grab, you pull, boom. Now for the sake of the pattern, you're going to do a hammer fist to your chest. That's the symbolization of pulling them in. You just, would be reality, something like that, just to here to here. For the pattern, you can give a little conditioning drill. You do a hammer fist, that's thumb poking away from your body, and you give yourself a little thud, get used to some pressure. So here, pull in and inwards chop straight into the neck. From there, you're going to adjust, give yourself a little rotation away. So you're punching with the left in this case, opposite if you're going that way. We're going to rotate away from the punch to give yourself that punch ability. So some patterns will also teach us to go into a sitting stance or a fixed stance. If you've gone from chop and some will go in, out, I do it still with an L stance. So I go hop, hop, ha. Without the full adjust. You would rotate your body. In reality, you don't get to shift your feet around before punching. So go on, pa, yeah. In my Kung Fu days, they'd be called like whapping the sword. Basically, boom, get them off that chopping hand. Another variation here, I have the checking kick. So I've gone to this side, doof, 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 double step in. Now a lot will just go whoosh, circle straight up into the bending ready and side kick. I teach with a checking kick. You imagine someone's coming up to go, whoa, kick you straight up in the groin. One of the things you could do if you're here is boom, quick little check. It's like a very low little side kick. Bah. It's not chamber side kick. Be here and this is boom. So in the case of we're over here, gone from the punch, it just comes out. So you cop someone straight in the lower shin or ankle. So you go check, bending ready. So this sits on a 45. If my punch was facing directly that way and that's forwards, the knee faces on a 45. So it's already halfway to your side kick. Guard is up from there, side kick. You need to make sure that foot on the floor actually rotates. Do up and bah. You get your hips into it. Don't do your side kick with your butt still hanging out, so it kind of resembles the position. Get your hips straight, heels slightly higher than your toes, and you go boom. Now, a cool little tip I learned from Scott Adkins, nice famous martial arts actor, is with this little cue, when you do a side kick, look over the rear of your shoulder. Boom. So if I can still see you and my shoulder in my peripheral at the base of my view, to be in that position, you should be in a pretty solid side kick position. Nice, easy one. Had this in yellow belt. Here's the open hand guard. Take your walking L start, sorry. Make sure you have not right in front of the other foot. It's beside. The 80-20 rule, 80% on the back. Body shouldn't be shifting to lift your leg up. Front hand open. Pinky bone, the right bone that runs down with your pinky, faces out like a side block. Not fully, but basically. Your other hand protects your diaphragm. Make sure you actually rotate. You can put full emphasis for pattern work. Put them up behind to whoom, you circle it right through. So we had this in 7th Kup, the vertical thrust. We have gone in the pattern, we are in our open hand guard. So this again is a variation. People go from here and just go boom, they'll shoot out and leave it at that. I like to teach with the extra pieces here. From here, you're going to scoop with your front hand. It's already up in front, scoop. You have this one ready to come out. So this is get things out of your way, make an opening. Whether or not you turn the person, knock their arms to the side, something, but you're creating an opening, just scooping. You could even be tucking in to lift a little bit. Up, bang, and stab. But yeah, midsection low block. Again, it could deflect and hit. Someone is doing a punch or a kick towards you. Boom, block and stab. For pattern's sake, we go block, step out, stab. Now bear in mind, keep those top 3 fingers in line with each other, so not one finger is getting all the pressure. You stick that middle finger, as a lot of people are created, that middle finger will go and blow up. If you try and hit something like a sternum, a neck is ideal. Sternum is the goal here, to crack that thing, and people aren't breathing real nice. But so you keep those fingers together, it will cause a lump, like a big bulge in your strike, but that will cause 3 fingers to play together a little nicer. This is the big new combo. I did it facing the other way in the pattern, but we've gone on the way back. We've done our whoosh, doosh, doosh. We double step in, we step out into a walking stance. T-pose, so again, variation. Other people just go straight here, but this just opens you up, readies you up. Broken walking, so that is just a Jeet Kune Do stance, just like so. That's your walking stance. You just bend the back knee till it's basically on the floor. You can touch it on the floor to rest while you're learning, but try to avoid, treat it as a lunge. That's a nice sensible one that people can relate to. You go walking stance, we go T-pose. Front hand follows front leg, back hand follows back leg. From here we turn this in, so we have a guard protecting us whilst we do the other block. Drop into broken walking. I circle midsection low block. So it's a low block there. Boom. From there, it keeps going around into an inner forearm. Now as we do that, we pass this other hand and boom, it comes down. So boom, down, boom. As I mentioned, the feet, as it's all, it plants at the same time. Here, guard up, we come down, we place, boom. So bear in mind, we have a block, we have a block. This also can work as a catch. Come down, scoop under a leg and hold it. We can get hold of them. Follow up with that next front kick, straight into the groin. It can also be a deflection. You might scoop if you get the foot here, so rather than maybe up around the calf or the knee, you might get the foot, scoop and deflect it, fling it off to the side, off and kick them anywhere. So, boop, down, bah. And we have our front kick and reverse punch in this combo. Front kick, you have some variations. Yes. Now you may get taught just a simple front snap kick version. Now, I do hate with a passion those who flick their foot up. It's a snap rising kick when you do that. Boom. The angle of that goes from here and boom, it flings. It just skims up the body. It hurts. By all means, it hurts. I prefer something a little more closer to maybe the Muay Thai version of a front kick. You compress your leg as much as you can. Compress in and fire forwards. You will need to angle your body up, and that will send someone flying back whilst putting a world of pain into them. You can have full control over it here. Remembering, for Taekwondo purposes and a lot of martial arts, some people say stomps are the only way to do it, but you can use the spear tip of your foot, not your toes, the ball of your foot, and boom, put that into someone's gut face. You walk around on these things all day long, they're pretty tough. And then we have our reverse punch. As we land, we're going kick, land, walking stance, and reverse punch, or just a cross. So, you know, boxing terms, we have our jab, cross. Taekwondo wants to call it a straight reverse, bang. So it's just the rear hand. As you've landed, you've kicked that leg, and now your left is the rear, boom, you throw that one out. Or if you're the opposite, boom, left kicks, now your right's the rear one, boom, that's your reverse or cross. This is gonna be a big difference to what other people are teaching, is after your second side kick, near the end of the pattern. Most are teaching with the bending ready, side kick, and turn and guard. They transition. I'll teach it with an actual block from an arcing technique, big hook, big ridge hand, turning kick, bow, round kick. As you come down from landing, if someone else is kicking at the same time as you are kicking, boom, and they come kicking around, here's a little defense. If you're maybe just a touch ahead of them, so they've gone, check, bending ready, kick for the pattern, now re-twist yourself. This is super important. If you just go side kick, land, they actually plan to kick on you, boom, you're going over and you're going to fall down. So it's very important. You've gone side kick, re-twist, so you're facing forwards again, but the kick coming this way and boom, you twist and shoot those twin forearms out to save you. You need both your arms. If it's going to be a big leg kick, or even again a big arc ridge hand or weapon, it could be a stick, a baseball bat. If it's going for your face, better to break your arms than have your face broken, right? So both those arms, boom, shoot them out. Kick, whoosh, whoosh. And finally, we have a closed fist guard at the end. Now this is where I like, again, a little tweaking. May not be quite a variation, but tweaking. So when you guard, it doesn't have to be guard just to put your hands up between you and your opponent. If they are rushing you and they really get in your face and you just go block, now you can, that hammer fist we have going on, right, just don't give them the back of your arm. That's nice soft muscle. That makes it nice for them. turn it ever so slightly so your pinkies face outwards and give them that bone. That nice bone that, if you've been doing Taekwondo, it's getting tough. All your side blocks, low blocks, rising blocks, that bone is getting tough from all the impact. Now, if you can treat it with your close fist guard, boom, it can behave like a hammer fist. So one is a guard, bang, cool, boof. But if they get too close, or you step in, maybe part of your guard finds their face, right? You go, wah, bang. The other hand is up, protecting you, right there. So that could just, boom, there is a strike there, okay? 20 onlooking cameras, it is a guard. You protected, you just put your hands up, but they moved in and crunch, they got whammed. Treat your guards tough, they can also behave like attacks, okay? You don't have to just be soft defense. They can help to to finish the fight through less violent measures. If your guard is so strong that you've hurt your opponent's arms because you've blocked them, or their legs, great. That means you didn't have to pummel their face, break a rib, or wreck any joints. You just went whack, and they've gone, ah, and their hands are shaking, or their feet, whatever you've hit. But it was just a block, right? That is a very non-threatening way to finish things, and then the onlookers will say, well, I don't see him do anything. The other guy just stopped. So this is something like that can help you in court if it unfortunately goes that far. You blocked the strike. If anything, the other guy is still the bad guy here. They went to strike you, you protected, you blocked, you didn't even fight back, you just blocked. So again, if your block can be so strong that it puts pain in someone else, that is winning, okay? That can finish a fight without having to have a fight. There's the famous saying, you learn martial arts so you don't ever have to use it. My interpretation, I ask people this every so often, but my interpretation is you do this stuff for years and years so you can, you perceive situations and what doesn't feel right and just walk away, right? You just walk away. Don't even be there, as Mr. Miyagi says. So you'll learn all this stuff, you'll see, because when you're training, you see the same looks in people's eyes because they're trying to spar or whatever, and you'll see when someone's posturing in a certain way, and hopefully you can leave the situation and never end up in a fight. Second best, if you can end the fight without actually fighting, so in this case, as I'm talking about with the blocks, if you can block and put enough pain in someone with the block and they don't want to deal with it anymore, again, that's winning. As soon as you strike back, it becomes a much bigger and more dangerous thing. So if it can be ended before things escalate, that is absolutely winning, okay? You don't, especially in something like a street fight or a schoolyard fight or something like that, it's not worth getting some kind of permanent injury over anything. You don't want to have something for the rest of your life that's always going to niggle at you over something petty, that especially if you could have seen a way out of it, but your ego or something kept you there rather than just walking away, getting away before something started. Your health is not worth ego, okay? I'll leave you on that. See you next time for 5th Kup pattern. See you next time. Stay cool.